Good day, everyone. I hope you're doing well. Today's video is about Tuvok from Star Trek Voyager. I really enjoyed his character and found it logical to have him there. So now, let's get into it. Number 1. Tuvok, son of Temeni, was born in 2264 on the Vulcanus lunar colony. As a teenager, he rebelled against the Vulcan ideal of logic and reasoning when he fell in love with a Trellian girl named Jara, the daughter of a Trellian diplomat stationed on Vulcan. Tuvok experienced Shanhalak, or love at first sight, and was willing to violate every tenet of Vulcan philosophy simply to be near her. Unfortunately, Jara did not return Tuvok's feelings, and Tuvok chose to leave her. He later spent several months in isolation studying with the Vulcan master, where he learned to subdue his emotions. He had to survive in the Vulcan desert for 4 months with a ritual blade as his only possession, as part of a Teloth ritual. Number 2. Tuvok entered Starfleet Academy in 2289 at the age of 25, but found it difficult to fit in. He found the egocentric nature of humans difficult to deal with, but endured it because it was the wish of his parents to enter Starfleet, and he felt obligated to fulfill their expectations. Number 3. After Tuvok graduated from Starfleet Academy in 2293, he was assigned as a junior science officer to the USS Excelsior under the command of Captain Sulu. He worked during the Gamma shift and shared common quarters on Deck 7 with Dmitry Valtain and 2 other officers on the same shift. 2 months later, Tuvok was present during the Excelsior's attempt to rescue James T. Kirk and Leonard McCoy from the Klingon penal colony Ruapenthe. This was despite a direct order from Starfleet that no rescue attempt must be tried. Tuvok protested to Captain Sulu about his breach of orders, but to no avail. Decades later, however, an older and wiser Tuvok determined that he had not necessarily been right either. Number 4. In the subsequent battle in the Azera Nebula with a Klingon battlecruiser, Valtain died in Tuvok's arms. An alien virus that Valtain was carrying transferred itself to Tuvok, and then disguised itself as a repressed memory engram. This virus later manifested itself in 2373, when Tuvok served aboard the Voyager, before being destroyed by the Doctor. Tuvok was also among those who spoke out against Spock's proposed alliance between Federation and the Klingon Empire. Number 5. After the Excelsior's 3-year mission in the Beta Quadrant ended, Tuvok resigned his commission on account of his dealings with humans. His experiences on the Excelsior were not pleasant. Humans, in Tuvok's view, believed that everyone in the galaxy should be like them, that all should share their sense of humor and their human values. His perceptions of humanity and of Starfleet were undoubtedly colored by the fact that he did not want to be there in the first place. Tuvok returned to Vulcan, where he taught archery science for several years at the Vulcan Institute for Defensive Arts. He then spent several years in seclusion by immersing himself in Kolinar. This was interrupted 6 years later by the onset of Ponfar. After his marriage to T'Pel in 2304 and the birth of their 4 children, Tuvok decided to return to Starfleet following a 50-year absence. Raising his own children made Tuvok realize what his parents had gone through and that he had not always made the right decisions when he was young. Number 6. Recognizing that there was much he could learn from other races, such as humans, Tuvok entered Starfleet again in 2349 and served as an ensign on the USS Wyoming. His service record reflected this as his first posting instead of his time on the Excelsior. Tuvok eventually served as an instructor for thousands of cadets during a 16-year tenure at Starfleet Academy, a role he has reassumed aboard Voyager in order to instruct Maquis crewmen in Starfleet protocols. He also served as one of the instructors to Icheb in his pursuits to join Starfleet. Tuvok first met Catherine Janeway in 2356. Tuvok dressed Janeway down in front of 3 Starfleet admirals for failing to observe proper tactical procedures during her first command, although this encounter bruised Janeway's human ego. But nevertheless, Tuvok was right, and from 2365 onward, Janeway came to rely on Tuvok's insightful and unfailing logic advice. During the mid-2360s, Tuvok was temporarily assigned to Jupiter Station, where he often wrote to Captain Janeway. Number 7. Lieutenant Tuvok was serving as Captain Catherine Janeway's security officer when in 2371 he was ordered to infiltrate the crew of the Maquis raider Valjean, commanded by former Starfleet officer Chakotay. Tuvok was still under cover on the Valjean sometime later when, while hiding from a Cardassian ship in the Badlands, the raider was hit with an energy wave which transported it over 70,000 light-years to the other side of the galaxy in the Delta Quadrant. While looking for the missing raider, Voyager itself was hit by the energy wave and transported to the Delta Quadrant, reuniting Tuvok with his ship and captain, much to Chakotay's dismay, who had to face the fact that Tuvok had been a Federation spy all along. When their situation required that both of the crews of the Valjean and Voyager merge for the long journey back home, he became Captain Janeway's security and second officer. Number 8. When a transporter accident caused Tuvok to be combined with crewmate Neelix and a plant on a molecular level, forming a new individual, Tuvix. Tuvix possessed the memories of both men and had a mixture of the personalities. It took the Doctor over a month to find a method to restore Tuvok and Neelix to their original state. Number 9. In 2374, Tuvok was promoted to the rank of Lieutenant Commander by Captain Janeway. Tuvok later developed multiphasic shielding, which went into Voyager's multi-spatial probe and was later adapted for use in designing the Delta Flyer. By 2376, Tuvok had received 17 commendations for valor. Number 10. Tuvok was a prize-winning orchid breeder. He used grafting techniques on flowers from both Earth and Vulcan. Tuvok was proficient at the Vulcan lute player, and he would often play his lute while reciting Fowler's Journey to his youngest son. Tuvok's main pastime was the Vulcan game Kalto, which he frequently played with Ensign Harry Kim. Tuvok also spent his spare time meditating, using the stars as a focal point, and instructed various members of the crew in this pursuit over the years. Besides his background in the sciences, he was an avid student and observer of many Alpha Quadrant martial arts, including Earth sumo wrestling. I do hope you liked this video. Tuvok was an interesting character and helped save Voyager on numerous occasions. So what did you like about Tuvok? Let me know in the comments. Consider subscribing to the channel and leave a like on this video. Thank you very much. Take care and have a great day.